So I'm completely in my element right now. I am surrounded by orchids. They're absolutely everywhere. I've got lady orchid, military orchid, and the hybrid between the two, which aptly is named hybrida. So I wanted to tell you about this one because it's in direct contrast to the man-monkey hybrid, which I told you about earlier. This one seems to be fertile. And so what that means is you get a first generation hybrid, which is your sort of 50-50 intermediate. This one might decide, okay, I'm going to reproduce with a lady orchid, and then you get something which looks slightly more like a lady orchid. Or it might decide, okay, quite like the look of that military orchid over there, reproduces with that one, and you get a hybrid which looks more like a military orchid. And so what you end up with is these big populations where you've got both parents present, and then this sort of spectrum between the two. And what I'm hoping to show is that sort of spectrum, but on a genetic scale. Now, assuming the hybrids are fertile, we might be getting a phenomenon called introgression occurring. Now, introgression sounds like a big scary word, but actually it's all quite simple. It's the process by which genes sort of move from one species to another via the hybrid. So imagine you've got a lady orchid and a military orchid, and pollen is moved from one to the other, and you get a first generation hybrid. So that hybrid will have 50% of its DNA from mum, say the lady orchid, and 50% from dad, the military orchid. Or it could be the other way around. Now, assuming that hybrid is fertile, it then, say, reproduces further with a lady orchid. And again, the resulting offspring would have now 75% lady orchid DNA and 25% military orchid DNA. If that happens again, backcrossing back to the lady orchid again, then you're going to have a bit more lady orchid DNA and slightly less military orchid DNA. And in this way, sort of backcrossing back to one of the parents repetitively, the amount of, in this case, military orchid DNA decreases and decreases and decreases until you're left with something which looks like a lady orchid and genetically is 99% lady orchid, but there's a tiny bit of DNA from a military orchid. And this process is how genes and bits of DNA can move between different species. Science aside though, they are really stunning plants, really big orchids, very sort of fancy, very showy, and they're in a stunning setting. So hilariously, I have just electrocuted myself on a fence. I was so desperate to go across and see these orchids that I didn't check if it was electrified, and yeah, got a bit of a shock as a result. But I did make it across, and it was worth it to see these two. I think though they're starting to eye each other up, want a bit of privacy, so I'm going to go and try and get back over the fence without getting electrocuted this time.